Last time on the cave.
Listen, I tell you what. If you would like your name added to the friend list for the low, low price of 100 bits, I will happily read your name out loud and proclaim you a friend. There we go. I'm not saying it takes money to be involved in my stream, but I am saying that it helps.
Riggedy, riggedy, Rex!
Oh, I hear my friend. I hear my friend. 100 bits from Noah. Noah is literally not just my friend, but my lawyer friend. So he fulfills two of the criteria. I work with him in a manner of speaking, and he gave me 100 bits. Noah drops 100 bits and says, say my name when no one is around you. Saw lawyer, I love you. Thank you, Noah. I appreciate the bits. You are my friend. Scafflaw drops 100 bits and says, I have money. Can we be friends? Listen, friend, I'd like to welcome you to the cave. You are now a full-fledged member of my friends list. The Real Cowboy drops 500 bits and says, friend? Yes, Cowboy, you are my friend. Transitions are easy. Join Jess drops 100 bits and says, call me Jess friend. Thank you, Jess. I dote. I adore. And Stevie with 1 bit says, this should be enough to qualify because I made such awesome content for your YouTube. Yeah, he's kind of right. I was going to crack a joke about him being 1/100th of the way to being my friend. But he does create all those fucking awesome videos for us. So yeah, he's my friend. Earworm drops 1 bit and says, I don't much like you. Well, Earworm, I have acknowledged you. That's Will 1 bit get me love? No, 1 bit gets you read out loud. Thanks, Earworm. I appreciate it, man.
Mr. Meeseeks, look at me!
It's not nothing. Alyssa the mom drops 5 bits and says, all I have, can I be sometimes friend? Are you hitting on me? Alyssa, I've got Amber. You know what I mean? Like, I prefer not to make it weird. Let's keep it professional. 100 bits from Scafflaw, who says, from Tazfest, I love you, Taffy. I love you, Tazfest. You are 100% my friend. Join Jess drops 1,000 bits and says, cake to celebrate the birth of all these new friendships. Thank you, Jess. You are clearly financially my best friend. So far, I appreciate you.
Riggedy, riggedy, Rex, son!
Cheers coming in from Soren, who drops 1,001 bits and says, well, I am the bestest friend now. Soren, dear. Oh, and Tiny Fingers.
Riggedy, riggedy, Rex, son!
Scafflaw cheers 1,002 bits and says, I disagree. Ska is bestest friend of Taffy and most bestest friend of Chair. It's hard to argue. It's hard to argue. I came in here today saying, you know, I think there's been a change in the dynamic of relationships on the cave. I really feel like Scafflaw is outlegging everybody. Like, he really strikes me as the kind of guy that I could see myself being best friends with forever. At least that's how I felt. I was telling Amber that, right? Like, she is really out of nowhere. She's like, who's your best friend? And I was like, well, if you ask me on a good day, I'd say it's probably like Nate or Deadpine. But, you know, nowadays it's starting to feel like Scafflaw is. And she's like, who's Scafflaw? And I was like, I went into a blackout rage and I was like shaking her, right? And so like finally the cops pulled me off of her. And I was like, don't you ever not say his name again. And she, anyway, all you need to know is that I really feel like a strong connection with Scafflaw. I'm kidding. Join Jess drops 1,003 bits and says, everybody wants some of that magical Taffy friendship, don't we? Is that, no, that is my best friend, Join Jess. Oh, shoot. I don't understand why we're at, like, I get it. We're all doing a bit. It's all very funny. Oh, yeah, I've spent money and now I'm Taffy's best friend. And it entertains us, but by default, right? By default, we look at it and we go, who is Taffy's best friend? And when we set all the jokes and the humor aside, when we really look deeply and introvertedly into ourselves, we all know it's Jess. Like, the Scafflaw bit was funny, right? I was pretty proud of myself for coming up with that on the spot. Shit. The Scafflaw bit was funny, and I was pretty proud of myself for coming up with that on the spot, but I think we all knew, you know, Taffy's old-fashioned. It's hard for him to get away from gender assignments. So he's got a female best friend slot and a male best friend slot. Please, Scafflaw, be fucking male. And so I think we all kind of worked under the assumption that, you know, female best friend Jess, male best friend Scafflaw. Duh. right? I mean, now that the bit is, she's too nice to take that from. Yo, you would have been doing me a huge favor because now I got to figure out how to be best friends with two people at the same time.
Riggedy wrecked, son!
You know, guys, it's all fun and games, right? When you talk about a person, with whom I've actually gotten down into the stuff with, right? Like somebody who's here in Richmond, who's actually a person I can see and hug, talk to when I'm down, be picked up when I'm feeling out. A man who hoists me up on his shoulders and really carries me through the day-to-day. The man who brought us Madrinas. My best friend Noah. My best friend Noah, my lawyer friend, 1,500 bits. Enough said. I mean, he's not incorrect, right? He's not incorrect. So, new high bid for my lawyer friend. Do I hear 1501? Cheers coming in from Skaflau. Drops 1,501. Yo, if I've said it once, I've said it 100 times. Noah's virtually a stranger to me. Like, it's nice that he gave me money and everything, but he's under my employ, right? Listen, guys, when you... Oh, shit! I didn't mean to do that! I'm not ready to fight you yet! Can we just... Car! Pause! Man, I was doing a bit! Listen, when you guys get, like, a clogged toilet, right? And you call the plumber's not your best friend. You know what I mean? Like... You guys chat and you make small talk and all that kind of stuff, and you know you're polite to them because they really are doing you a huge favor, right? You and the plumber aren't fucking best friends. Thank you guys for the bits. You guys are making me do fucking improv on the spot, man.